Right then, let's get down.
Is this thing on? Hello there. Welcome back to the Hazza vlog, I guess. Today we're doing a bit of a different video. I'm in my room. That was weird. And I'm really just going to talk about my lockdown experience. You've clicked on this video, you know what it's about. Yeah, leave now if you don't want to hear about it. So, around the video I'll be leaving key dates here because I haven't got them available on me. So I want to start with the date that we locked down. Here. This is actually the UK's date, so if you're anywhere else, it's probably not the same. And before, about 2 days before, I actually fell ill with what we think was actually COVID-19. I'm fine now. So I was out for like a week, and then obviously we had to quarantine. So yeah, it was horrible, absolutely horrible. I actually stayed in this room for about 5 days, but yeah, it's, you know, it's real, and we kind of need to, yeah, it's just what it is. So I remember actually. So obviously the person you think's had it, in the UK this is, at the time, only had to isolate for a week. And the family or the rest of the people in the household had to isolate for 2 weeks. So we needed stuff after a week. Felt like a very long week. So I went into my local store, my local supermarket, which is actually a Morrison's, and oh my goodness, it was so weird. The plastic screens up everywhere, you had to queue, 2 metres, and it was just so strange. I remember coming out and saying, oh my God, it's like a spaceship in there. That's what I said. That's like Star Wars, like plastic screen there, stay back from the laser blaster, another screen there, just back. All at this point was all one way, and this was the first shop I'd actually been in since the lockdown, and it just, oh my goodness, it was just so unreal. So we skip ahead a little bit, and I actually made this song. It's from Castle on a Cloud. There is a castle on a cloud. That thing. Here's a snippet. Yeah, no, cringy. Yeah, so that was good. We didn't actually have any music onto it. I was going to learn it on the piano, but just never had the time really. Oh, it's not so we never had the time, but we did have the time. We had all the time in the world. But yeah, just couldn't really be bothered. Yeah. Something else that we yes, I made that. I don't know if I'm saying. This is not scripted. I've just set my camera on my tripod and just said, oh, let's do this. So what came next? Oh yeah, so homework. I sat at my desk here. It's literally there. I'm sat in my office chair now. And doing work. At the start, it was like, yes, we're doing through it. I've done it by Wednesday. I've done, for a whole week's worth of work. Yeah, makes sense. Tongue twister. Try to say that really quickly. And I did it in 3 days. So, you can't argue with that, can you? And then, you kind of spend the rest of the week thinking, oh my goodness, I've done it. I've done all my work. Yes! And that was just, you just do what you wanted, really. One thing I actually learned to do was actually cook my own lunch. I know it doesn't sound like a lot. I had done it in the past, but because my mum's actually a teacher, so she was on Zoom, all hunched up on Zoom, like this. Yeah, music when I come in. Harry, yeah, just make your lunch quietly. Eggs are in the fridge, make an omelette. Back on Zoom, on mute. Sorry, Mum, if you're watching this. And yeah, it was kind of a life I think everyone got used to. Yeah, so this is the date when a really, really, really big announcement came out. This is like one of the big things. Oh, actually no, sorry, scratch that date there. This date well, be correct right now. This day was actually something that was quite big. So in the UK, we have something called the NHS. Research on Wikipedia if you don't know what it is. Works. So that's basically free healthcare. And well, obviously it goes under tax. But so every Thursday, 8 o'clock, everyone went outside and just like this. Woohoo! Got the pans. Ding 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 ding. And I live on like a tiny little gravel road, and I'm at the top, and everyone's kind of like, it's like a cul-de-sac, but yeah. And you feel like you're talking to people that you normally talk to, and that was just a lovely thing. And then we did that for 11 weeks, and that stopped, unfortunately. I was quite sad, actually. I quite enjoyed it. So anyway, this is the date I was on about before. This was one of the biggest announcements yet. This was when they were beginning to think about things getting back to normal. So by that I mean they were planning students to go back to school. So that was when they started planning year sixes. And year 10 students, no, not year 10 students, I'm planning that yet, but year 6 students, and I think year 1 students as well. And my brother was year 6 at the time, he's going to year 7 now, and he was like, yes, I gotta go back to school. I mean, you don't see people reacting like that nowadays. Yeah. And this date here was another big one. This was when the UK, so at the moment we still have the 2 metre rule, just 2 metre distance, but they said that you can now do 1 metre distance when you can't do 2 metres. And oh my goodness. Because at this point I was going to school as a key worker child, and everyone was like, oh, we can do 1 metre now, we can do 1 metre. The student teacher was like, nope, it's 1 metre if you can't do 2 metres. And I was like, aww, yeah, it's, yeah. And yeah, so I don't know what date it is. I probably won't be able to research. I won't put it up. But this is so. Hang on, let me think. That's what I thought.